Good Wednesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this beautiful Wednesday, the 27th of August, 2014. Beautiful skies this morning with the surface satellite visible view here as the satellite passes overhead. Lots of sunshine. Any fog that's out in the area is burning off quickly this morning as the sun works over the atmosphere and heats up. The water vapor showing an increase of moisture to our north and west. It's a result of a weak cold front which will be moving through the region during this evening. On the radar, we can see a smattering of some very light rain showers here across upstate New York, and they're isolated and scattered at best, and most of the precipitation is associated with the cold front is out back to the west here and will not really infiltrate into our region until late this afternoon and evening, and it will be isolated and scattered at best. Skies are generally clear this morning. We still have a few areas here where we have some light fog across the region. This fog will be burning off. Temperatures already in the upper 60s. Across the region, mid and upper 60s just about everywhere. Dew points are still comfortable, but they're running into the upper 50s and lower 60s now, and it's going to be an increasingly warm and humid day today. And temperatures could approach the upper 80s to even the lower 90s around Philadelphia, Trenton, Newark, New York City, the parts of the lower Hudson Valley. Even New York City not out of the question for today. Cooler right along the immediate coast. Watches, warnings, and advisories all from the south shore of New York and the coastal waters of New Jersey and Delaware. We have a hybrid current risk in effect for today. Also, small craft advisories in effect until from 2 p.m. this afternoon until 6 p.m. this evening. Seas building to 4 to 7 feet, increasing the swells to 12 to 16 seconds. Winds will be variable at 5 knots into this evening and then becoming northwest with a frontal passage at 10 to 15 knots late tonight and continuing into Thursday. We also have a hybrid current risk here on the south shore of Long Island. Small craft advisories again until 2 p.m. till 6 p.m. from Sandy Hook to Montauk Point. Seas 4 to 6 feet and building to 5 to 8 feet on Thursday. Highest seas expected late Thursday morning through Thursday afternoon with the closest passage of Cristobal to the area. Meanwhile, over interior sections of southeastern Pennsylvania, we have an air quality alert, and this is for the Delaware regional area. Code orange means that air pollution concentrations within this region may become unhealthy for sensitive groups, the elderly, children, and people suffering from asthma, heart disease, and lung diseases. The effects of air pollution can be minimized by avoiding strenuous activity and also removing yourself from the outdoors for long periods of time. Here's the latest on Cristobal this morning. The latest advisory has a Category 1 storm still with 80-mile-per-hour winds, maximum wind speed. So latest on Cristobal this morning at 5 a.m. It's located about 30.9 north, 71.9 west, about 690 kilometers west of Bermuda. That's about 430 miles to the west of Bermuda. Maximum sustained winds at 80. And its present movement is to the north at 10 degrees at about 12 knots, and central pressure is 29.03 inches. Tropical storm watch in effect for Bermuda. The tropical forward speed here is expected to over the next 48 hours. On the forecast track, the center of Cristobal will pass well to the northwest of Bermuda later today. Hopefully we reset the microphone and it works this time. Maximum sustained winds around 80 miles an hour with higher gusts and strengthening possible during the next day or so. Cristobal has a large wind shield. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 60 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds out to about 205 miles. Minimum central pressure is about 983 millibars, 29.03 inches. Rainfall expected to produce additional rainfall of 1 to 2 inches over Bermuda. Tropical storm conditions are possible on Bermuda later during today. Swells organized by Cristobal are affecting Bermuda and portions of the U.S. East Coast from central Florida northward to North Carolina and will spread northward along the U.S. East Coast over the next few days. And these swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. For more information, please consult the products in your local weather office. Besides microphone problems, we have allergy problems today too, and we continue to have them right through early next week. Pollen is high from ragweed, chenopod's, and nettle. Skies over the region generally clear this morning on the VFR deck. Basically a few areas of patchy fog and stratus early this morning, especially around Reading, Allentown, and Millville, which we just showed you. That's dissipating. The sky will be mostly sunny for today with increasing clouds from the northwest late this afternoon. Cold front approaching from the northwest may bring a few scattered showers and thunderstorms to Reading and Allentown this evening. The precipitation expected to weaken and dissipate as it moves into the region during tonight. Light and variable wind this morning forecast to settle into the southwest at around 4 to 8 knots today. Frontal passage expected to shift the winds to the northwest with speeds in the 4 to 8 knot range late tonight and tomorrow morning. Thursday through Saturday, VFR dry, high pressure in place. Cannot rule out a slight shower or thunderstorm on Saturday, but chances too low to mention at this time. Mainly VFR on Sunday, showers and thunderstorms increase the chances by late in the afternoon, mainly west as the cold front approaches. Right now, it's a beautiful morning outside of Newark. It's 67, dew point 63, humidity is 87%. A few clouds at 25,000, VFR conditions in place. Philadelphia, beautiful morning, 69, dew point 64. The wind is out of the southwest at around 3 knots. A few clouds at 28,000, VFR conditions in place. Latest surface map from weatherroanoke.com. Digital atmosphere software shows our outer band here with our warm frontal structure to our cyclone, which is Hurricane Cristobal, well out into the Atlantic here. We have a diffuse cold front slowing up a little bit, nearly stationary now across the Indiana region, the upper Midwest, into the St. Lawrence River Valley here into southeastern Canada. This cold front will be pushing through the region as an upper air disturbance, a shortwave max here in southeastern Canada, moves towards Ontario by later tonight and tomorrow morning, pushes the cold front and any chances of any shower or thunderstorm activity along with it through our area late this evening and into early tonight. Morning Google Earth Streamline analysis. Here's Cristobal off the southeastern coast, strengthening somewhat and becoming a little bit more formidable as it heads out into the Atlantic. And we have a cold front approaching the Great Lakes here, a nearly stationary front, and an upper low here moving into southeastern Canada. This will push Cristobal out to sea and also provide us with the chance for showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon and this evening. They'll be both isolated to scattered across the region and begin dissipating, and then drier air and much more comfortable weather coming in for Thursday and Friday. And then we'll talk about the holiday weekend in just a moment. And we do have high rip current risk in effect through this evening around the coastal waters here. Sunny skies at the beaches today, highs around 80. Surf will be around 3 to 4 feet in the New Jersey beaches, building to 4 to 5 feet around the Delaware beaches this afternoon. Southeast swells at around 3 feet. Both locations, dominant period 10 to 14 seconds. Surf temperatures around 75 degrees. UVI index is high at 8. Sunscreen is a must. And remember, there is a high risk of rip currents for large swells to produce dangerous pounding surf. Rip currents at the beaches. These rip currents will be life-threatening to anyone who enters the surf. Anyone visiting the beaches today should stay out of the surf. Lightning threat for today is none. The next high tide at Atlantic City is at 9:17 this morning and at Rehoboth Beach at 9:31 this morning. Latest NAM Wharf composite reflectivity forecast from Penn State Seawall site shows mostly sunny skies today. Here's our weak cold front moving through the region. Could find an isolated shower or thunderstorm dying out as they make their way across southeastern New York, the lower Hudson Valley. Maybe a spotty shower or thunderstorm in northwestern New Jersey, and then some patchy clouds late tonight, then clearing after midnight. Beautiful air coming in. Temperatures tomorrow in the upper 70s to lower 80s south, upper 70s north. Northwest winds increasing across the region. Scattered cloud cover. Beautiful night ahead tomorrow night too. A few scattered clouds on Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, and Thursday night, then clear. Friday looks good too. Lots of sunshine. And temperatures on a north wind remaining in the 70s predominantly throughout the entire region. GFS maps into motion. Here goes Cristobal out to sea, passing about 400 miles to the south and east of our area, so high surf and swells, some rip currents, a dangerous factor during tonight and early tomorrow morning too at the beaches. I'm probably not going to let you go into the beaches today. I'll have to search the webcams for that later. High pressure building in after a weak cold front moves through the region. This high will be in control of our weather on Thursday and Friday with pleasant conditions, upper 70s and lower 80s, and much drier air. Another disturbance in frontal system and trough line access here in southeastern Canada through the Central Plains approaching for later in the weekend. That means that Saturday is going to be dry. Most of Sunday should be dry too. We could find some outlier showers to the north. Drier conditions central and southern regions as this disturbance moves into the St. Lawrence River Valley. High pressure moves off the coast. Once that moves through, high pressure will once again begin to build in for later in the day. So it doesn't seem like Sunday or Monday probably is going to be a washout for any locations, but there'll be a better chance of showers and thunderstorms during the Sunday night to early Monday morning period. And then it looks like Tuesday, as the front moves through and another deep low here in southeastern Canada draws a cold front through, unsettled weather conditions prevail, and then the atmosphere begins to dry out again by Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and high pressure will remain in control of the weather, keeping this disturbance to our south during the day on Thursday. So that's it for this Wednesday. Be careful at the beaches and be careful and hydrate out there today. It's going to be a hot, hazy, warm, humid summertime day. Probably one of the last ones you're going to see for a while as we're ending August and we're tending to calm down in the temperatures over the next couple of days as well. Beautiful weekend coming up with the fact that we still have some showers and thunderstorms for Sunday night into Monday. They'll be isolated to scattered in nature and it will not be a washout for your outdoor and last minute holiday activities this weekend. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a fantastic Wednesday. We'll be back bright and early with video forecast discussion tomorrow.